I found this slide in a box from my grandfather's collection. I can see that it's a picture of a couple of tombstones, but whose? How can I blow this up to see the names on the stones so that I can know who he took a picture of in the 60s? In this video, I'm going to show you how you can scan a slide in your own collection without an expensive scanner or having to send them off. Then I'm going to show you how I figured out this mystery tombstone in rural Kentucky. This video is sponsored by Hungry Minds and their book called The Book, but more on that later. So you've got a box of slides in your attic, but sending them off or finding a projector seems like a lot of hassle and maybe even expensive. So what do? Or maybe you don't have a box like this in your attic and you've never even seen a slide. Either way, check this out. My grandmother just gave me a new round of slides to go through, and it looks like these were taken by my grandfather. But this one jumped out at me. Obviously, you can hold it up to a light and see whatever it is and get a glimpse of it. But if there's something small, like writing or details that you need a closer look at, you can't exactly zoom in on it. And in this case, the tombstone he took a picture of is so small that I can't read the writing on it. And there's nothing even saying that his camera was in complete focus anyway. So here's what you can try. I got this on Amazon for about $17 and it got here in less than a day. So place the slide or slides on the little carrier spot. Then put your phone on top, line it up with the picture and turn it on. With it on, now you can zoom in, take a picture of it, and crop it. And there you go. Easy as that. Now you can leave your phone right there and swap out the slide and do it over and over again for however many pictures are in your box. Shouldn't take you very long to get through several pictures. Or if you happen to have a light tracing box laying around like this, you can turn it on and put all your slides on the surface, and then you can look at it and take pictures with your phone if you already have one. I got this on Amazon for about $15 a few years ago for a completely different hobby of mine. Now, this video is not sponsored by either one of those products, so buy it or don't, doesn't affect me. I don't get a commission for it, but I will put the links down below so that you can find them as well. Now, you can buy a specialized scanner to scan things in for $200–300. I would absolutely recommend that if you're looking for high quality scans to preserve the quality of these types of slides, because they are insanely clear when you look at them blown up real big. Scanning with your phone doesn't really do them justice when you can actually view them with a real projector. But if you're looking for a high quality scan that you can print off and blow up and have done hanging up on your wall, I would recommend using a little bit more sophisticated method. In my case, zooming in with my phone didn't really help. I still can't read the letters, so there's no possible way I'm going to figure out who's on this stone. So now I'm going to try this. An actual slide projector. Now this projector actually belonged to my grandfather's brother. So between the slide and the projector, I got to say thanks guys for helping me put this video together. Now this thing smells like light bulbs and the 1960s. I wasn't alive in the 1960s, but somehow I know I'm right. Now let's fire this bad boy up and project it on a big old screen so that we can get a closer look. Before we get into solving this mystery, please give this video a like and a subscribe. But also leave a comment about anything that you remember as a kid when you had a Brown or Kodak camera shoved in your face, or if you were forced to sit around and look at family slides and pictures. I'd love to hear about it. So we got it pretty big. This is a picture of the church. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's a whole bunch of other stones here grown up in the grass. This shot is super cool. I think I'm going to have to get it professionally scanned and maybe do something with it. So here it is. I've got it blown up about the size of my head, and I still cannot read it. I can't tell if maybe his camera was a little bit out of focus, or maybe 60 years is just too long for this to be super sharp, but I think it's mostly a focus issue. So I've tweaked my projector focus as much as I can. If I stand back just a little bit, I can almost make out what these letters are. It almost looks like it says Blunt, but I'm wondering who this is. This clarity is insane. Seeing it on camera through the video is not doing it justice. But the sharpness of all these faces, even blown up this big, looks like a 4K video. I should also point out that a lot of these slides came from my grandfather's brother, who was fluent in Mandarin and taught abroad quite a bit through his college years. And he was a college professor, and he spent a lot of time in Japan and Korea. Even blown up the size of my head, I still can't read the tombstones. So we need to check the other slides for any clues. But first, a word for our sponsor. When I was a kid, I was curious, and we didn't have Google if I wanted to look up something. If I wanted to find out how light bulbs worked or how trains worked, I had to grab a copy of my parents' encyclopedias and world books and dig through the pages. And now that we have Google, I feel like we're getting away from the actual look and feel of a well-researched coffee table style page turner. So when the crew at Hungry Minds reached out to me to sponsor a video with a copy of the book, The Ultimate Guide to Rebuilding a Civilization, I couldn't say no. This is the book of incredible inventions and discoveries. This illustrated encyclopedia offers a fascinating journey through the most significant human inventions in a single volume. But it's not just a book. It's a fun and engaging way to explore history, making it perfect for collectors, friends, parents, colleagues, and anyone with a curious mind eager to delve into the wonders of human innovation. With over 400 pages with the most amazing inventions of humankind, 180 topics divided in 23 chapters, unique handmade illustrations with engineering drawings, medieval art, high-quality matte art paper, and stunning laminated cover, over 50 professionals were involved, and it was a bestseller in 2023. Follow the link in the description and get a copy of the book, The Ultimate Guide to Rebuilding Civilization. Get it just in time for the holidays for that person who is just a little hard to buy for. And use promo code ForgottenLines10 to receive 10% off your first purchase. This one has a sign in it, Locust Grove Baptist Church. But that doesn't help very much because there are a lot of Locust Grove Baptist churches in the country, and I don't know what state my grandfather was even in. Let's try another slide. This one, we've got a cool building. Looks either like a church or a school, but something as unique as this should work with a simple Google image search. And here's a match. The Nicholas County Courthouse in Kentucky. So Grandpa was in Nicholas County, which is about 4 hours from where they lived at the time. I wonder if there is a Locust Grove Baptist Church in Nicholas County. Oh, look, there is. Now I'm going to use Find a Grave and hopefully find a picture match from the slide to one that a user has uploaded. Scrolling through, there's not very many pictures of the graves. But this one, though, looks an awful lot like our stone. Looks like a match to me. Philip Sanford Blunt, born in 1842 and died in 1887. And if we scroll a little further, we can match the other stone in the picture, which is apparently his daughter, Theodosia Blunt, born in 1867 and died in 1888. I have no idea why my grandfather chose these stones to take a picture, because we're not even related to him. And actually, I've gone through dozens, if not hundreds, maybe even all of the pictures that that man ever took, and he never took any pictures of stones. So why these? I don't know. Maybe they just jumped out to him like some do to me. Either way, I'm going to research them now. After creating a private tree in Ancestry, I let its search engines gather what is readily available for me. Philip Sanford Blunt was born to William Redding Blunt and Lucinda West. His great-grandfather, Redding Blunt, was a captain in the 3rd North Carolina Regiment during the Revolutionary War. In 1850, he is one of 9 kids. On July 8, 1861, he marries Miss Mary Jewell, and he enlisted with the Union Army a year later on June 25, 1862. Now, this record comes from a resource site that I haven't ever covered in any of my videos yet, and it's called fold3.com. It is packed with service records of American soldiers, including the Civil War, both World Wars, the War of 1812, and the American Revolution. It's not free, but unless you have a lot of research to do, you can usually get what you need out of the free trial and then move on. And in this case, we can look at Philip's Union service record. It shows when he was enlisted and when he was discharged, which was less than 2 months later on August 16th, 1862. And there's an extra note on this page: missing at engagement at Big Hill, Madison County. I'm far from being a Civil War expert, I'll be the first to admit that, so I had to look up what the engagement at Big Hill was. And that engagement happened August 24th, 1862, which was a little over a week after Philip was discharged for a disability. I don't know what Philip's disability was, but whatever it was, probably saved his life, because the Union was in retreat at Big Hill during the bigger fight for Richmond, where the Confederates captured 4,300 troops. Who knows what would have happened to Philip, but he went home to marry instead. In 1870, he's back to farming, which isn't a surprise because Locust Grove Baptist Church is very, very rural. He died on May 19th, 1887 without a death certificate. I also didn't find an obituary. His daughter, Theodosia, or Dosia, died a year later on July 5th, 1888. She also did not have a death certificate. I would guess that they probably died of tuberculosis or some other disease going around at the time, because a lot of family members would die shortly after another one because they caught the same illness. But that's just a guess. That's speculation. I have no idea what actually happened to them. For all I know, they both died from crazy circumstances. But without good record keeping from rural Appalachia, Kentucky in the late 1800s, we might not ever know. Philip's wife remarried and lived until 1928, but she's buried with her second husband. Philip and his daughter are the only two from their family of 4 who are resting together. Something drew my grandfather to them 60-something years ago, and I don't know what it was. But 3 days ago, I picked up on his curiosity and decided to figure it out for myself. He's not around now for me to show him what I found, but that's okay, because you are.